Good afternoon and thank you for joining us for KREM 2 News 5 o'clock tonight. I'm Mark Hanrahan. We are learning more about a carjacking incident that ended a veteran's life. A suspect committed crimes across state lines and was only stopped after multiple law enforcement agencies responded. We have team coverage tonight, including an exclusive interview with a family member of the veteran shot and killed while trying to stop the suspect. But first, we start with KREM 2 Shannon Mowdy recapping the wild chase from yesterday.
I'm here at Trent and Pines, where this entire crime spree ended with the suspect dead. But that only came after half an hour of carjackings and chaos that crossed state lines. It all started around 8:30 Sunday morning on East Sprague. This video from Whistle Stop Coffee Shop shows the moment a father and daughter were carjacked by the suspect at gunpoint. There, at the top of your screen, the suspect raises what Spokane County Sheriff John Knowles called an AR-15 style rifle. You can then see and hear him rev the stolen car away as sirens approach. He then crossed into Idaho, reaching speeds of 140 miles an hour as deputies pursued.
They just couldn't catch it. They couldn't catch it. The vehicle was far faster than what we had, and this suspect was decisive in his decision making to commit crimes.
Law enforcement between Kootenai and Spokane counties say he attempted several more carjackings, including here at a state line gas station. The Kootenai County Sheriff's Office says the suspect intentionally hit a motorcyclist as he entered the Liberty Stop and Go. He then shot and killed a Good Samaritan.
There was 3 attempted carjackings. He went to the aid of one of the carjacking victims and he was shot and killed.
That's when the suspect drove back into Spokane Valley, the sheriff's office says, committing a third car theft. The Spokane County Sheriff says the suspect drove a stolen truck over spike strips on Sullivan Road, but kept driving on a flat tire. Washington State Patrol, working on an unrelated crash on Trent and Pines, were given a heads up to block the road.
Struck a civilian car, also struck a state patrol vehicle. It appears that the suspect exited the vehicle and gunfire was reported.
The suspect was declared dead on scene. Tonight, we are learning it's still unclear whether law enforcement shot the suspect. The Spokane Police Department is now independently investigating. A spokesperson tells us they should have more definitive answers in the coming days. Shannon Mowdy, KREM 2 News.
Well, during all this, a veteran died trying to help a woman as the suspect tried to steal her car. Authorities have not released the name of the victim, but KREM 2's Regan Gallo spoke with a family who says it was Gary Hill. Regan is live now with the latest. Regan?
Well, the Kootenai County Sheriff's Office reports that all this happened at this gas station right behind me. And amid the chaos was a Good Samaritan that saw what was happening and tried to help. That's when the suspect shot him and killed him right then and there. And since then, we have learned that this Good Samaritan is not only a Navy veteran, but also a grandfather and father.
What was supposed to be another Father's Day turned into a day of grief for the Good Samaritan's family.
The notice that I got was the chaplain for SPD needed to get a hold of me and contact me.
I spoke with the Good Samaritan's son, and he told me his dad's name was Gary Hill. Hill served in the Navy from 1978 to 1988 and was deployed across the world. He then worked for Boeing. Originally from Oak Harbor, Gary later moved to Spokane, where he had family near him. He became a busy grandfather, caring for his family. His son Charlie Hill says he is not surprised that his dad tried to help when commotion began.
Can you just speak to just his willingness to go protect someone when he was just walking out of the gas station? Just how does that paint the picture of just who your dad truly was?
It's just who he was as a person. And, being in the military, being that specifically trained, he was trained to run in a gunfire, and he was trained to put his life down to protect others. And that's exactly what he did that day.
Authorities also informed KREM 2 Gary Hill was armed but could not react quick enough before the suspect shot him. Gary Hill left behind 3 children and 3 grandchildren. His son also told me his mom died of cancer in 2017, and he finds it comforting that his parents are now together in heaven.
He's going to be coming back to arms wide open or getting the Swiss kick in the butt. I don't know which one he's going to get, but knowing my mom, she's probably kicking him in the butt saying, really?
Charlie Hill said that he has since moved out of the area, but plans to come back to Spokane in the next coming days to bury his dad's ashes in the Washington State Veterans Cemetery in Medical Lake. Now, as we still learn more about this case and all those impacted, we will of course let our viewers know. I'm reporting here in State Line, Regan Gallo, KREM 2 News.
Very much, and stay up to date with the latest from the news from the Inland Northwest with our KREM 2 Plus app. Watch In the News now at 5:30 on KREM 2 Plus. Download our app on your smart TV and start watching for free. We are learning that 2 people died in a car crash 1 mile south of Loon Lake yesterday evening. Washington State Patrol has more details on the accident. Troopers say a car driving north on US 395 tried passing another car heading the same direction using the shoulder. They sideswiped the car they were passing, causing both to swerve into the southbound lane. They hit an oncoming car. In the accident, a 43-year-old Clayton woman and a 21-year-old Valley woman died at the scene. 2 others were taken to Sacred Heart for their injuries. WSP reports that drugs or alcohol were involved. All right, let's switch gears and talk weather on this Monday with Chief Meteorologist Jeremy Legoo. He is joining us in the Outdoor Weather Center with the shades on, soaking in the rays. Jeremy?
Mark, it's a good day. Like, seriously, let's talk it. Can somebody fix my mix minus? I'm going to pull this out and I can't do it. All right, cool. Mix minus, for those of you at home, is when you hear yourself talking just a half a second later. And so it just gets in your own head and drives you nuts. But here we are. 83 degrees is where we currently sit. 83 is likely where we topped out here in Spokane today. 84 over in Coeur d'Alene and up near 90 out in Othello. That comes from a little more sunshine and a little bit of wind coming out of the Cascades, and that downsloping acting to heat things up. Red flag warnings in effect through 9 p.m. for hot, windy conditions in central Washington, and likely a more widespread round expected on Wednesday as we get another wave of energy moving through. There's our dry frontal boundary bringing us some of that wind. We'll see it pick up here in Spokane in a little bit. But for now, it's that high filtered cloud cover. It's that filtered sunshine through those wispy clouds. That's what we'll get for the remainder of the evening. Tomorrow, back to sunshine and a lot of it. Then, as we move to, say, Wednesday, we get that next little wave of energy moving through. That's going to come with a little bit of wind and a few light showers over the Cascades. Once that moves out, then we're talking a couple more clouds on Thursday, but that's it. Next few days, highs near 80 degrees, overnight lows in the mid to low 50s.
All right, Jeremy, thank you very much.